What's up everybody, it's your boy Mutant Menace, and today is my birthday, April 11th, but don't worry, you don't have to get me anything, because I already got the coolest thing, so just don't even try, it's not worth it. After months and months of hinting at something like this, Peter Milligan has been taking to Twitter pretty much confirming that X-Statix is coming back for a new story. He and Mike Allred, the amazing Mike Allred, are returning for something called an X-Statix Giant-Size. Now this sounds like a one-shot, but I don't care. I'll take any X-Statix I can get, because this book meant a lot to me. I love it, I think it's very important, and I think it's awesome, and I decided to make a quick video showing you why it's worth your time and why you should be excited too. If you missed out on Peter Milligan and Mike Allred's X-Force/X-Statix run back in the day, hopefully this will give you kind of a vibe for what they were going for with it and get you a little bit stoked like I am, because this is the best birthday ever! Let's do it! Now, I'm not going to go down the road of plot synopses and the nitty-gritty of this series, and I'm going to try not to gush about it too much because we could go all day, but what I do want to do is give you kind of a feel for the themes and the vibe that the co-creators, Peter Milligan and Mike Allred, were going for. Comics tend to be commentary on socio-political climate at the time, and this book straight up captures the zeitgeist of what was going on. So it's no small wonder that the man introduced as the main character of this book is called Zeitgeist himself. You might recognize him, maybe, if you saw Deadpool 2, they kind of slipped him in there as a character named Zeitgeist, but they totally missed the mark on who Zeitgeist is. They made him kind of like this raunchy, kind of like white trash dude who's all tatted up and gross, and he vomits as his power. He vomits like acid that can burn through any material. Now, in X-Statix, Zeitgeist is actually a beautiful, baby-faced man, like a real celebrity type. Everybody loves him. Everybody thinks he's hot. Think like Beatlemania, think NSYNC Mania. They're all about him. And his power is pretty raunchy. He spits vomit, that's acid, that burns through things. And the juxtaposition of him being beautiful with that raunchy power is straight up a metaphor for like Hollywood BS. Like, we all worship something that just spits bile and garbage at us and regurgitates the same shit. Culturally, it was commentary, and Peter Milligan comes in spades with the commentary on this series, which is part of why I love it. I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm going to get into spoilers, so click away if you haven't read it. I will understand. But for people who missed it and don't really care about spoilers but want to get the gist of what's going on, please keep watching, because we're going to get into it, and there's a lot of great stuff to bite into here. I had to preface with that because it's kind of hard to talk about one of the most important characters in the book, Edie Sawyer, without getting into spoilers, because she's another kind of Hollywood allegory. She's a character who comes from a small town. She was kind of a nobody, and all she wanted was stardom. Her power is that she can be anywhere, appropriately named You Go Girl, which... Sorry, I just love this book so much. So she can be anywhere, but where she wants to be is superstardom. And when she gets there, when she finally gets to the one place she wants to be, the girl who can be anywhere, she gets there, and ultimately it's the death of her. She's a great character who gets explored later on in the series. We start seeing more of her background and her motivation, and she is so memorable. Hollywood metaphors are not all we get here. We get a lot of stuff going on with racial commentary. Anarchist is amazing. This man, he keeps it so real. Another hugely overlooked character in Marvel. Like, if you miss this series, you missed Anarchist, man, because he's so sick. He doesn't mince words. He gets right to the point. He points out casual racism. There's a part where he's fighting Captain America and calling him out on all this bullshit, and it was so cathartic to read as a young black man. Oh my god, he's so good. There's also a gay character, Miles. He is called Vivisector. I love him. He's very, very important to me. I am the biggest / only Vivisector mega fan you'll ever meet. He's so cute. He's this little furry man who's like, he's gay and he doesn't really fall into a lot of gay stereotypes. He's very well read. He's pretentious, but like in a hilarious way. There's a romantic relationship between him and Fat, who's like this white rapper, heavily based on Eminem, I'm sure, who's like super DL and like gay for Vivisector. They have kind of this affair going on. They experience hurt through like them not being on the same page, and then they experience like it almost enhances their friendship because they're playing up their gay thing to become more famous. This whole book is about fame. That's something everybody should understand. But anyway, they kind of like fall in and out of this relationship, and at the other side they realize things about themselves. Miles learns what he needs, Fat learns what he needs, and it's just beautiful, and it's casual, and it's not even a big deal. It's just like casual gay relationship, gay content in a book, and it's real gay. It's not like mutant metaphor gay. Like, there's actual gay in here. Read it. So going back to the Hollywood allegories and the whole situation with fame, this book heavily concerns itself with that. It's important to know that these guys, they're not good people. They're very, very flawed individuals, but they make awful choices, and that's what was so appealing and so refreshing about this book, is that they're kind of not do-gooders. They're exploiting their own superpowers in a media frenzy. Allred and Milligan kind of take a look at the mutant metaphor, hated and feared, and turn it completely on its head, and they ask the question, what if mutants were sensationalized and just globally loved for being freaks because they're so unusual? What if the world, or at least the country, embraced their mutant identity? What if their mutant identity was fetishized and exploited? Now that sounds bad, but what makes it worse is that these characters, they eat it up. They don't mind exploiting the fact that they're mutants and being sensationalized as freaks because they're making money. And what are they doing with the money? They're feeding their alcohol and drug habits. Drug issues and alcohol issues are heavily, if not boldly, implied in this book. And it's honestly really impressive that Marvel put it out. I wonder if they have the balls to do something like it again. And I hope they give these guys free range this time, because they were tackling a lot of things. Ultimately, this book was less about superheroics and more about these kids who are completely over their heads with these extraordinary powers, exploiting their unusual identities for fame. It's honestly, they're a reality show. It's all taped. This series gave us Duke, who's the cameraman slash ladies man slash hitman. It gave us characters like Mr. Sensitive slash Orphan, who just feels things a lot, who can relate. It gave us characters like Dead Girl, who's an undead hero. She's like this rocker chick who communicates with the dead and reconstitutes her body when things are severed off. It gave us villains like Surrender Monkey, who knows when to quit at just the right time. It gave us the Avengers being called out on their bullshit. It gave us Vivisector hitting on Hawkeye and subsequently getting his heart broken by Clint Barton, which would totally happen to me if I was friends with the Avengers. And the series also takes place around the same time as Grant Morrison's New X-Men, which is one of my favorite runs ever, and these two men popping out this quality, strange, brand new kind of content is just such a renaissance in my opinion. And these two men are like the man of my fucking dreams, honestly. I mean, we even had Darwin Cook and frequent Peter Milligan collaborator Duncan Fegredo on this book, which is pretty major. Overall, this is a book that has a lot to say about popular culture, the dangers of sensationalism, class structure, all of this filtered through such a satirical lens that is just darkly humorous. A lot of dark humor that is so entertaining, unsettling, disturbing, and everything in between. Michael Allred's signature pop art style and Laura Allred's bright, vivid colors that just pop right out at you. This is a creative team made in heaven. It's hard to top the chemistry that these guys had on this book. I said I was going to try not to just gush too much, and I feel like I've just gushed my way through this video, so I'm sorry if it was more fanboy, less informative, but let me know if you'd be interested in me talking more about X-Statix, maybe breaking down characters, breaking down themes, getting a little more into the nitty-gritty, because I would love to. Honestly, I need to do another read-through, I think it's about that time, maybe to celebrate. Have you read X-Statix? What did you think about it? Leave me comments down there. Let's get talking. Like and subscribe. You know what to do. Happy birthday to me, and I will see you next time. Hey, hey.